The 2017 Mr. Olympia. This was the last event that the doctor, Dr. Phil Heath, proved his dominance. So after this, he lost his PhD. And 2017, a lot of people claim that he should have lost anyway to Big Ramy Mamdouh Elssbiay. I watched it, and personally, after the event, I didn't think that Ramy did enough to defeat the doctor, but I never really did a good picture comparison of all the mandatory shots, and gosh darn it, I couldn't find the symmetry round, so it's gonna be always slightly inconclusive, but I will give you my opinion on who I think won based on the pictures that I have available. And right out of the chute, I have to say, I've been looking at a lot of 80s guys, things of that nature, and the guts. Even Big Ramy, I mean, his waistline, it's not that aesthetic. Let's just for 1 second compare them with, I don't know, Tony Pearson and Keon Pearson, the Pearson boys. Actually, this is just an ad for my next upcoming matchup. Tony Pearson takes on Keon Pearson, the Battle of the Vacuums. Anyway, back to the business at hand. I apologize for that. I'm getting paid for these commercials. Let's have another pan back. Now, the first picture, you could really see the detail. The doctor did have certain aspects that he was winning. The separation in the muscles, especially in the legs. But there's that stomach, that little poppy little thing there. It's a hernia thing. I'm not a doctor, like the Phil Heath is a doctor. And he should have really taken care of this hernia, the stomach. It's a big protruding belly button. And who are we to ignore this? I mean, this is a sport of beauty and physiques. At the end of the day, I don't know if Ramy is doing enough to defeat the champion, and that seems to be the story of this matchup. Front lat spread. This is a big Ramy shot. Phil, he may have better condition, but it's not a total blowout. But when it comes to the shape and the flow and the just the X-frame of Big Ramy Mamdouh Elssbiay, he is defeating Phil Heath in this shot. And it was hard to find a lot of pictures of the doctor. So let's face it, guys. If you watch the video, watch all the front lat spreads you can, Mamdouh Elssbiay, he is defeating the doctor. So the front double bicep, personally, I would have given it to Big Ramy, but I can't put personal feelings into how a judge would vote it. It would have been close. It would have been a toss-up. But this front lat spread, come on, guys. Side chest. Now, again, judging by the upper body, it is close. Maybe a little bit more, I don't know, pop, wow factor in the upper body of the doctor. Of course, when you look at the legs, it is a Big Ramy shot, no doubt. This one here favors the doctor a little bit more as far as the upper body is concerned. But still, when I look at the legs, and I get criticized on judging the side chest, people claim, oh, it's a side chest, Marx max muscle, it's not a side lag. But hey, if that lag flows in with the physique, then I judge it accordingly. And personally, I would give the side chest to Big Ramy Mamdouh Elssbiay. But is this a point for sure, like all the judges would and should give this one to him, saying he should defeat the champion? Not so much like the front lat spread, but still, in my opinion, Ramy is ahead so far. Side tricep appears to be a dominant shot when I look at the physique, the legs, the midsection, the chest. To Big Ramy Mamdouh Elssbiay, a definite point to him. But we have to remember, this is a side tricep pose, and the doctor's tricep itself, it appears to be much bigger. Ramy has that Sean Ray type tricep, not a whole lot of girth. Have another shot here, and I don't know, I think this one even favors the doctor a little bit more. His waistline seems to be nice and trim here, actually. So personally, I would give this to the doctor, although it's not a dominant shot, because Ramy, he's winning in the lag department, and he's crushing And I mean crushing Dr. Phil in the calf department, even in the prior shot. I didn't mention, I should have. And kudos to Big Ramy here. And I believe maybe that's one of the reasons why he did inch his way forward to second place here, because his calves were massive, massive. And his quads are over dominant. People say he shouldn't train his quads so much, but he has to, guys. It would make his waist look wide if he didn't have those quads. It's like Jay Cutler. Anyway, guys, this is the back shot, the first back shot, and a lot of people claim this is why Dr. Phil defeated Big Ramy Mamdouh Elssbiay. But we can't, it's 2 points even if he won both back shots. And judging by this one here, he's not dominating at all, Big Ramy. Ramy's just huge, massive. Not a very flattering shot of the doctor, to be fair. Let's have another one. And this one, it is PhD Phil Heath domination. Look at the thick back. It's just huge. The muscularity. Now, I could see old people liking Big Ramy more. Old people like him. Go Big Ramy! Because they're blind. They can't see the depth and the thickness of Phil Heath. They're just looking at the outer shell, the outline. But trust me, when you look at the hamstrings, everything, glutes, well, Big Ramy's got a good set of glutes. But anyway, when you look at the thickness, the depth, the three-dimensional muscle, Phil Heath has the rear lat spread. But hey, Big Ramy was winning the front lat spread, so it's fair. The rear double bicep, I think it's a worse shot for Phil and a better shot for Ramy, as far as their own shots are concerned. Is Ramy defeating Phil? I think so, personally. But I like that. Lord, let's bring another one here. I like the Christmas tree area of Big Ramy. He is displaying it, actually. Phil Heath leans back to show off the thick lower lats, and he has that in spades. So it's really a personal preference. If a judge is looking at the thickness, the depth, they're going to say, oh, Phil has this one, and especially the hamstrings. He's a little bit more conditioned. But if the other judges were looking at the condition of the lower back, the Christmas tree, and just the size, it could go to Big Ramy. So a lot of these shots, ladies and gentlemen, are close. Rear lat goes to Phil. Front lat goes to Ramy. It's iffy in the other shots. A strange thing about the ab and thigh, it was hard to find a whole lot of still photos. I watched the video footage. There is no doubt Big Ramy was winning it. But judging by this shot, Ramy's not even snapping the shot. But you look at that big goiter on Phil's stomach. Here's another one. This is the only real good shot that I could find of Big Ramy. And his legs do not look that separated compared to the doctor's. But in no way, shape, or form is that stomach of the doctor, Dr. Phil Heath, defeating Big Ramy, Mamdouh Elssbiay in the ab and thigh. So, guys, this is a couple of for sure shots for Big Ramy against maybe one for Dr. Phil. So, unless Phil is destroying Big Ramy in this most muscular, then it is a Big Ramy decision as far as I'm concerned. Now, there was no symmetry round, and by the way, Big Ramy, he is just too much for the doctor, Phil Heath, in this most muscular. Oh, actually, this other one here, doctor looks better in this one. But I think if you combine the two, I don't know. He is covering up that goiter with his hand. You see that? So you can't see my belly button. I can't do a Phil Heath impression. He doesn't really have a certain voice. I know this is a little off topic, but you guys notice behind Ramy and Phil? Is that Sean Ray? You guys notice that? That's Sean Ray behind them. It says wee wee. We can thank Dexter Jackson for that one. But either way, guys, even if it was a tie and the most muscular, if you look at the shots of Doctor with his gut hanging out, and I know you guys are saying, oh, well, he's not hitting a shot, but hey, he is on stage. He is displaying this gut, and I think it was close enough in the mandatory shots to award Big Ramy a close decision in this one. And I know I may receive some criticism for this decision because the actual judges, did go with the doctor, Phil Heath, at this event. But I firmly believe a big gut out on stage, it means something, and it means points should be deducted. How can we award a man that is supposed to have the best body in the world with the worst gut out on the stage? Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit thumbs up if you did. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Have a great day.